back.
We
We haven't moved or anything. We were talking about Dorian turning into a woman.
We were.
Yes. I forgot that happened. But
I'm trying to think if there were any more random things.
I also
happened in
forgot
that
that happened,
series.
but I think it's really hot.
That's why. Never mind. Is that too much of a statement?
we can't read your thoughts. We're not mind fucking right now. We cannot read your thoughts.
She looked at me. She goes, "Wait, is that too much of a statement?" I'm like, yes, I could.
They're of age, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're like
The
they're
viewers?
Like 20s. No, not the viewers. If you are underage, or I don't know what underage means.
Close your ears.
If you're
children.
watching this and you're underage, I'm not your parent. Watch what you want on the internet. I did too. No.
Women.
Ultimate book threesome.
Stop.
Dorian and Manon.
That's a sensitive topic.
Wait, this is the perfect Wait, Shannon.
Oh my god, it is.
Shannon, please tell me. Please tell us and the viewers your hear me outs.
My hear me outs. Oh my god, what did I say? Were my hear me outs?
I think you just have to tell me all of, like, off the top of your head, Shannon. Let's go.
Fucking killed for this one. Chael Westfall.
Oh my god.
That's not bad.
That's minor. I feel like you're gonna get worse.
Chael Westfall. Dolph.
That's not terrible.
From The Last Magician, by the way.
If you haven't read it.
Shout out to the 3 Last Magician fans out there. Oh my god, what was his name? The doorknob from Throne of Glass.
Mort.
I love how you knew that.
Mort.
How did you remember that?
Mort. It comes from the word
Wait.
like mortality and then like mortis or whatever the fuck it
wasn't-
is in
There was a reason?
yeah.
wasn't named
His-
after-
his name's Death or whatever.
He was named after that guy from Madagascar.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I love you, King Julian.
No, it's like Latin shit. I don't know.
Oh.
Once again, she's not a very good namer.
Yeah.
Come on, you got this. I feel like there's more. I feel like
Oh
you've said
my
weirder
God.
things.
I have, but like books specifically. Who else? I know Ethan is up there. But like Ethan's not a hear me out. He's like the most generic frat boy, like
For you, it might actually be a hear me out. Generic frat boy who plays sports.
most unexpected.
Yeah.
Oh my god, who else?
I saw one on TikTok that was like, guys, my hear me out is Taryn from Fourth Wing, and I was like, that's too far. The dragon.
Oh, a dragon.
Shannon!
Who said that? Kidding.
Anyone else from Crescent City?
From Crescent City. Let me think of Crescent City characters. There's not many like weird Crescent City characters out there. I have a feeling Bryce's dad is hot. I know, no, her mom.
Autumn King?
You want to fuck Ember
No,
Quinlan?
her stepdad.
Oh, her stepdad is hot.
Yeah, sorry. I should have not
I
the
was like,
Autumn King.
He gives down
No, I
on
hate
this.
him.
You want to fuck Ember Quinlan?
Yes.
Did I hear that?
Yes.
I feel like that's
That's
not a hear
on
me out.
record.
That is not a hear me out. I get that.
That's on record of me saying that. Both of them actually.
At
The same time.
Why is
I can't
Akatar
think of
spelled
any
like
of
that?
my hear me outs.
I think I just, yeah.
Wait, what does that say?
Fourth Wing.
I just started adding letters.
Prince.
You don't got anyone from Fourth Wing?
From Fourth Wing. I can't remember any Fourth Wing characters, I'm gonna be completely honest. Liam. I know her brother is hot, but he's gay.
He's gay?
So gay. That's like a headcanon though. He's not.
I feel like he's gay. But yeah, actually, yeah.
like the
Is
whole
her
thing-
sister's gay, right?
Well,
Is she
the whole
not?
thing-
There's gay people in this
be.
book?
Lots of gay
It
people.
was written in like 2023. There
Why
has to
haven't
be,
I
or
read
he'll
it?
get sued for discrimination. That sounded so homophobic. I'm like, no, guys, wait. These liberals taking over all the books.
These woke
This
motherfuckers.
forced diversity. No, who was it? Yeah, no, because the whole thing with Brennan was I originally thought he was gay, even
Because
before
the
he was-
dragon dude that
the
he
whole
died
thing,
for.
He died for
A man.
another man. And I was like, this sounds like every tragic gay love story ever. This sounds like Achilles and
Patroclus.
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 Sorry, I'm
Everyone
embarrassed
pronounces it
myself
differently.
with pronunciations. But I'm like, this sounds like a homosexual Greek tragedy. This man is gay, and I kind of assigned him as gay in my head, and then forgot to tell that to anyone. But I think he's gay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anyone else from Fourth Wing that isn't conventionally attractive, because I think
there's none because she's.
the dragons are the only ones that people are like, hear me out, and I'm like, oh my god, please, I'm not hearing you out, actually. The big old fucking how would that even happen? What are you people on?
That kind of ties into those like stupid scenarios that I see.
Imagine your dragon steps off the flight field.
Yes, that's not even
What?
exaggeration.
You're
There's
still in your
weirder
riding
ones.
goggles with your boyfriend's jacket on, and this guy's really mad about it.
And your dragon is mad at you for cheating on him. And
What?
it's like he's territorial. And then they like mind fuck or something. It's horrible.
I read a book about that with an alien for class.
Ice Planet Barbarians?
No, but very similar, honestly. Actually, I think Octavia Butler would have a conniption if I compared her books to Ice Planet Barbarians. But
That's one of the books that that one book talker, for those of you who are big into book talk out there, her name is Hawk Hates You, and I think she's really into Ice Planet Barbarians.
good for her.
Yeah.
Interesting theory.
She might be problematic. I don't know what for.
I
Grain of
cannot tell
salt.
you.
Grain
of salt.
Yes, but that's where I know Ice Planet Barbarians from.
I'm trying to think of more weird things that happened in Throne of Glass that we've all forgotten. The only one that's popping into my head is when Lorcan, not Lorcant, and Elide, when they were circus performers for a little bit,
I remember
What?
that.
right?
I loved them.
And they had like an axe or something, and they fought someone. I don't know.
When?
When he was making pads, when he had his tampon company.
I loved those scenes. I loved them. Allied?
When did this
She was one of my
happen?
favorites. And I love Lorcan.
The only scenes I remember of them are when they were in the boat and he was making the pads, and then the scene at the end where he's like riding on the horse and like he's about to die,
And she goes and saves him.
She goes and saves him, and that's the only thing I remember
that.
about them. You don't remember that?
That's, like, the
their
big
only
scene.
significant scene.
The only thing I remember is spoiler alert, Gabriel dying.
The lion, the witch in the wardrobe.
I cried.
I also
didn't
cried.
like him that much, but I
Didn't-
cried.
The 13 also.
The 13.
I
I'll
cried
I
more.
still cry if you
Yeah.
mention it. Like there's like the audiobook recording.
13 died.
No, there's like an audiobook recording of it, and sometimes people will put like fan art with it, and I literally will cry. I don't know why. It's been 8 years,
Not AI fan art.
obviously.
Real fan art.
That's done with a brush.
Wait,
and, like,
whose dad was Gabriel?
Adian?
Adian's dad. Okay, I remember it was like oh, his dad's dying, but I couldn't remember whose dad it was. But now I care slightly.
Do you have a hear me out from Throne of Glass?
It's not Adian. Oh my god, who?
Sorsha's head.
Whoa!
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 I just wanted to bring
The glass
up
castle.
I was about to say that, but I
glass
was thinking she took the words straight out of my mouth. The glass castle, the throne, the glass throne.
Oh my god, I'm trying to remember like all the weird shit that happened in that book.
This is not a hear me out. This is something that we low-key went over earlier that I feel like we need to get into. Tandem readings? Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Throne of... I'm sorry. What is that? Tower of Dawn
An Empire of Storm. Don't do
was
it.
my favorite book in the whole series.
Shocking.
My favorite... I don't like Kale. I love Urine. I don't like Kale. But I loved Tower of Dawn. Don't
It's a
ruin
good
it.
book. Everyone because no one likes Kale, and because the internet hypes up the hate for Kale instead of being like, oh, he's a 20-year-old boy who made a mistake, and we all make
True.
mistakes,
Right.
and
True.
like even though he kind of sucks because he's a man, so like
Lock it.
But he has an arc, which is Tower of Dawn.
which is Tower of Dawn, and everyone's like, I'm not even gonna read Tower of Dawn, or they like intertwine it with Empire of Storm, and it's like, I just think you're all pussies.
True.
couldn't-
I just think you're a pussy. If you can't handle the cliffhanger that happens at the end of Empire of Storm and reading that book, because remember, I had to wait for Kingdom of Ash to come out, so I couldn't skip that book. Also, the tandem read list wasn't a thing when I read it. Like, I just think you're a pussy. In the nicest way possible, if
Speak
you're
your
any of my
truth.
loyal followers, viewers, in the nicest way possible. Because again, like, if you want to like read it that way, read it that way. It's not the biggest deal ever, but like, you're a pussy. Sorry.
Speak on it. Yeah, I didn't tandem read, and I'm really glad I didn't, because everybody on the internet told me to, and I said, no, I love Chael. I'm gonna read his book.
Because
all
Shannon
by
is a
itself.
chaos stan.
I am, and like looking back on it, I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have been as fanatic about Chael as I was, but when I did read it, I read all of Throne of Glass pretty much when I had the flu, and I was like delirious.
I fed her mac
So I
and cheese in
didn't-
my car and
She
somehow didn't get the
did.
flu.
Yeah, we sat in your car for like 2 hours, and I was so sick with the flu. I gave it to. Oh my god, I'm name dropping on the car. Oh, cut that. Cut that.
Someone remind me to go back and blur that out.
I forgot the cameras were on. I gave it to him because I hugged him once and somehow sat in your car for like 3 hours and did not give it to you.
I survived.
She spooned
The
fed
Shannon
me mac
attack
and
of
cheese.
2019.
And then there was another attack when we went to the Chase Atlantic concert, and I got COVID, and we
And I
sat in the
didn't.
car together for 4 more hours on the way back from St. Pete, and you didn't get COVID.
I'm immune, which is not true. I am not immune, but I'm immune when it comes to Shannon.
Like, she can't get any of my illnesses. That's how you know we're soulmates.
Oh my god, babe. What if we freaked in the confessional?
What if we freaked on the pod?
Don't make her soup.
Patreon!
Crazy.
Anyone else think of more weird things that happened in those books that we read as children? Let's see. I can't remember any of Akawar, to be honest. But I did just read Akamath, so.
That was one of, I think that was my favorite of the Akatar books.
Really?
Yes.
I liked Akamath.
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 There's apparently, like, people have been talking about how if you, like Throne of Glass more than you like Akatar, your favorite Akatar book is probably Wings and Ruin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes
That
And
makes
then
sense.
if you like Akatar more than you like Throne of Glass, your favorite is probably Mist and Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like the domestic stuff. I like to see people just live in their lives.
I like war and murder.
I also
Death.
enjoy War and Murder. I like the lead up to War and Murder and Death. Everyone who I talk to hates the first 2 Throne of Glass books. I loved it. I had no idea where it was going. I hadn't read any of Sarah J. Maas before that. I didn't know what Fae were. I was 14. I was so innocent and small and confused.
You told me it was about fairies, and I went, like Tinkerbell?
Yes. Because, well, fun story with me and Alyssa and how I got her into reading, because I credit myself with that. One day, we're going to a theater competition, and I'm sitting on the bus. This is not exactly how I got into
Theater
reading, but this is how I
mention.
got her into Akatar specifically. I threw a different book at her that got her into reading. But we're sitting on that bus heading to a theater competition, and I'm reading Wings and Ruin, and I don't know exactly where I was, but I was somewhere good. And I'm sitting there, and I'm reading it, and Alyssa looks at me and goes, "Why are you reading right now?"
No, I did
Yes, you did!
You hateful
Oh, girl,
You
I
did.
was an avid reader my whole life.
You were like, why'd you bring a
hateful
book with you
bitch.
to States? And I was like,
States.
yes.
Okay.
She went, why did you bring a book with you to States? Why are you reading right
We
now?
don't be busy.
I was busy reading. And then, lo and behold, a month later, did I throw Akatar at you first? I think I did. I think I threw Akatar
I
at
think
her
it was
first.
Akatar.
And now she has a tattoo.
No, it was Shadow and Bone.
Well, that was the first one that I threw at you before
Yes.
Akatar.
But I did read Akatar. I read Akatar, then Throne of Glass, then Crescent City, the correct order.
Yeah, the correct order. Indeed.
I think I have your copy of Shadow and Bone still.
You do.
I do.
You
I
do.
still haven't read it.
But,
What?
Nope, she's not.
Sorry. I've read Six of Crows.
I got beef with that.
I know, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have read Six of Crows first because I knew I was going to enjoy it more than I would enjoy Shadow and Bone.
Yes, and also there's so many important plot points in Six of
That I
Crows.
missed.
Yes.
I also read Six of Crows first. That's why I made her read Shadow and Bone first.
Yeah, I should have done that.
And I read Throne of Glass first, which is why I made them read Akatar first, because I didn't know what the fuck a fae was. And then she magically, in a ball of fire, turns into this magical thing with pointy ears, and I go, what the fuck?
I didn't read Akatar first. I read Throne of Glass first.
Really? I told you to read Akatar first.
I did it.
Wait, it was whatever order you guys gave me the books in.
Probably.
No, because I read Throne of Glass when I had the flu, and that was sophomore year of high school. And then I read ACOTAR at the beginning of COVID, and that was end of sophomore year.
I probably told you to, and then I was like, wait, you'll probably like Throne of Glass more, and just kind of
Yeah.
hoped that you knew what a fae was. 'Cause I didn't.
I did, in fact, know what a fae was.
I didn't. I was like, what the
My-
fuck is this?
My dad also writes books about fae. They're graphic novels, though. I'm going to plug his book real quick.
Okay, please.
It's called, well, it's actually not called Ballad of Ronan anymore. They fucking renamed it. Hold on.
John.
Let me find out so it's being, like, reprinted right now.
Oh. Wait, so I have like special edition, like,
You have,
prints?
you have special edition.
Oh,
Let me find
guys,
out what
I'm
it's
cool.
named. I want to say it's called The Stolen Child, maybe.
Dun,
Are
dun,
you the
dun.
social media
I
person?
think I am the social media person, and I don't
I
do
was
my
about
job.
to say, do you have a secret account I don't know about?
Yes, it's the Ballad of Ronan account, which is now called the Walsh Brothers. There's underscores in between all of the words, but go follow the Walsh Brothers on Instagram to see updates on the new books that are coming out, because my dad was also just requested to write a new book, I think. So I think they have more new stuff coming.
Yay!
Yeah.
So go read the Ballad of Ronan. That's not the Ballad of Ronan anymore, but go read it.
Trade paperback is, I think, out, maybe? Because it was about to come out for a while, and they kept pushing it back, and I think it's out now.
Yay!
Go get your trade paperback of The Ballad of Ronan / The Stolen Child, whatever the fuck it's called.
Plug.
Plug.
So anyway, Shannon knew what a fae was. I didn't. And then she fights a fish monster at some point.
I remember that because I had a theory that that sword was the same sword as the one from ACOTAR.
Shadow Singer.
I was wrong, I think.
Truth teller.
Tell her.
Maybe it still is. Like Gothriel, is that what it's called?
Maybe.
Gothriel?
Fun fact, I was so obsessed with the idea that all three of these series were going to combine before that happened that I made a Instagram account. It is no longer active. It doesn't exist anymore. But I made an Instagram account just to post a notes app thread that I had written on why I thought that the three series were different time periods of the same place. I was clearly wrong, but
I never thought they were the same time period, like same space, different time period. I always thought it was different places, but I did always think they were going to come together.
well, that was obvious.
I didn't, because I skimmed over Aelin falling through the sky, but once I did find out, I kind of envisioned like separate universes that are all connected, kind of like alternate universes.
Like string theory.
Like string theory, like the way the Marvel universe did it, and
Yeah.
Multiverse.
Spider-Verse, and
Well,
like every other, yeah.
You know how I made Alyssa read ACOTAR first? Do you want to know why I did that?
Why did you do that?
Because imagine me, I'm 14 years old, and I have never read ACOTAR. I didn't even know she had another series. And I'm sitting there, and Aylin's falling through worlds, and I go, what the fuck? Who is this pregnant woman?
Wait, was she pregnant?
Yes!
She was pregnant?
Yes!
Pregnant.
I skimmed that!
She was pregnant.
I'm not the only skimmer here.
And so that's why I
We
knew
knew she was gonna be pregnant?
I did, before I started the books.
It literally says, I think,
Heavily
heavily
pregnant.
pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She says, like, the most beautiful man she's ever seen and a heavily pregnant female.
Most beautiful man she's ever seen.
And I don't know how she saw that far. She must have 20/20
And
fucking vision.
Feyre was there.
And Feyre was pregnant.
The heavily pregnant woman and the most beautiful man.
Yep.
What am I looking up?
Shade.
I don't know. What are you looking up?
I need to see if this actually.
I
think
promise
this is-
you.
I think this is what's that effect where people think that.
Mandela.
I think this is the Mandela effect. Thank you for getting me.
What, you think I'm wrong?
Yes, I
Both
do.
of us are saying it. Aelin passes by Feyre. at
Okay, view the
night.
fucking spoiler, Reddit. Goddamn.
She. Okay.
A winged male stood with.
With a heavily pregnant female.
Yeah.
Read it for the people. Speak. Speak. I'll read it. Fuck, I'm dyslexic. She passed through the world of snow-capped mountains. Under
Under shining stars, passed over those mountains where a winged male stood. Not most beautiful male. That was just Feyre. Where a winged male stood beside a heavily pregnant female, gazing at those very stars.
Wait.
Fae. They were fae.
The winged male, beautiful beyond reason.
There we
Yes,
go.
Snapped his head.
Wait, where's it
towards
say
her.
that?
The winged male, beautiful beyond reason.
Oh,
fuck.
oh.
Yeah, so I was right.
It also does say but this was not her world. So I guess I missed that one too.
See, that's why I was kind of like, oh, multiverse. Multiple
I was just like, who
Oh
the
my
fuck is this woman? I was like, wigs and a woman, what the fuck?
Clearly, she's mid.
Oh my
That's what she is.
Pregnant and mid. Damn, Sarah.
How could you? That's your main character of one of your best-selling series.
Series
Crazy.
Series is.
Can't speak. It's 9 o'clock at night.
Um,
So sorry.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I'm glad I just shattered your entire universe with that one.
That blew my mind, actually. Y'all just watched that happen in 4K. Or whatever. Your
An iPhone.
An iPhone K. Yeah. Anything else from the Throne of Glass, Crescent City? I also have an unpopular opinion in the fact that I do also love Therion from Crescent City. Everyone hates Therion.
Everyone hates him?
Yes, I think he's stupid, and I love him for
He's
it.
my favorite girl failure.
He is. He's such a
He's
failure,
such a
and he's
cringe
so
fail.
funny.
He
He's
gives
so dumb.
He gives the same energy as when Jace and Vi team up.
Yes, and
Book
that's why
Street.
I love him.
Yeah.
Book Street. Love
'Cause
him.
he's just, like,
Everything just goes wrong.
Everything goes wrong for him. He is so dumb, and he just makes everything so much worse. And I'm just like, you know what? You suck, and I love you.
He really fucked up everything.
He did. He fucked up
It wasn't
everything.
even on purpose. Like he just has really bad luck. People are
And
just
no
out to get
brains.
him, and didn't he just sold himself? He broke off his engagement and then sold himself into slavery. And spoiler warning.
Yeah.
Shit just kept going wrong.
His sister was murdered.
Right.
He had it bad,
His
bro.
sister was murdered?
That's his whole arc,
That's
bruh.
why he gets so weird about that other. Oh my god, whose sister is the girl at the end who he gets re-engaged to?
Doesn't he have kids?
Oh, Thor. Oh my god, what the fuck is his
No,
name?
he doesn't have kids.
Flynn.
Oh, Lydia
Flynn's
had
sister.
kids.
Flynn's sister. Yeah.
Flynn's
Flynn?
sister.
Is that his name?
Yeah,
Flynn?
Declan and Flynn, the frat guys.
I skipped 90% of this book, I'm
Run Dun
realizing.
Dun's gang, yeah.
Yeah.
Rune Dannon.
Run Dun Dun's
Crown
gang.
Prince of the Velbaran Fett.
Rune Dannon knew 3 things.
Yes, he did.
Absolute certain. No, what was it? I think the scene where Therion gets re-engaged might be the funniest scene she's
Ever written.
I don't
What?
know why I laughed
There
so
are
hard
okay.
at that.
Bryce really annoyed me during that book. But she had so many really fucking funny one-liners
Yeah.
that I literally had me
What
laughing
was-
out loud.
What was the one she said to the Autumn King?
She said something
when
about
she was,
renewing her membership card, about being an only
Oh.
child or something.
when
It was
she
so funny.
Whenever she was leaving, she said something really funny. But the most so the funniest scene was, what was her name? Saskia. Saskia. I don't know. What
You
was
just
her
twirl
name?
this around.
What am I doing?
She's gonna listen to the audio, it's just gonna be like,
ASMR.
Talk your fucking shit.
I think her name was Saskia. I could be horribly wrong. But I remember the scene being oh, you can't do this unless you're married, and everyone's just quiet, and Therion out of nowhere, having never spoken to her, having not said a single word to this family, goes, I'll marry her.
He goes,
God.
I'll do it.
I do know what you're
After
talking about.
he just broke off his other engagement, and he goes, I'll do it. And everyone goes, Therion, no. And he goes, I'm right here. I'm right here, baby girl.
My man cannot be not engaged for more than 5 minutes.
Oh my god.
The funny. I think that's probably the
It's
funniest
up
thing
there.
she's ever written, right along with Lorcan's tampon factory.
Yes. Feminist king. He's the real feminist king of the SJM
He
verse.
is.
Really, stop talking
I
about
love
Reese and his
it.
fucking choices. No, it's Lorcan and his fucking pads.
His choices.
His choice. He
Choices.
loves choices.
I got so much beef with that.
Every time, again, plug if you haven't watched our Mist and Fury season series, go watch that. But literally every time that he says something about a choice, me and Alana look at each other and goes, he has a choice that he wants her to make, but it's her choice.
It's her choice.
It's her choice.
It's her
she has
choice.
a choice.
They were always low key not choices though. Do you want to be high lady or do you want to go back to an abusive relationship? Your choice. Do you want to die? Have your leg broken and die from that? Or do you want to commit to me? forever.
Your choice.
Your choice.
Do you want to go do voyeurism in this really scary court, or do you want to be not involved in the narrative whatsoever? Your choice.
Do you want to be highlighter or do you want to be fucking poor? You wanna be poor.
Poverty line, bitch.
Poor in your cabin, your shitty cabin with your stupid sisters.
And your fucking awful dad.
Oh, he's dead, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
he died.
Hyperion?
Was that his name?
Hybern. That is from She-Ra.
That's a Pokemon. No,
What? No, this from
that's from She-Ra.
it's
Oh
from
my God.
She-Ra. Right?
I don't remember.
Oh my god.
Hyperion is
Yeah,
She-Ra.
Hyperion is She-Ra. That's not his name. Hybern. Hybern killed him by pointing at him. No, he didn't. He cut his head off. No, wait, who got killed by Nesta pointing? Nesta pointed at someone.
Nesta pointed at the King of Hybern when she sunk into the cauldron, but her and Elaine, and they don't give Elaine enough credit for this, but they killed the King of Hybern and then Nesta chopped his head off. But Elaine had already stabbed him,
Yes.
so technically Elaine kind of killed him.
I can't visualize the scene of Nesta pointing.
It's so
in, like,
funny.
a serious way, but like as she's going in,
It's such like
she's just sinking.
she couldn't have said like a very pointed stare, but she's just pointing and her finger just stays. She stays here.
You see her hand coming out.
It's so like in the moment when I was 14, I was like, "That's so cool. She's so badass." Because I was never a Nesta hater. She was always a
love
cunt,
Nesta.
and I fucking loved that for her. I loved that she was mean. I loved that she didn't care. I didn't care that she was like terrible objectively. And then she got better. Not much better. She was still kind of terrible, but I still love her. But just like sitting there and I was like, yeah, go bitch, you tell him. And then I was rereading it for the second time, or like people would draw fan art of it and I'd be like, what? She couldn't have like given him like a glare.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been cooler if she did like the Sophie Turner stare at him, if she was like, oh, just like looking at him. Instead it's just like you.
And then she sinks
And then she
into a boiling pot of water.
I think Nesta would have actually given the middle finger, but that wasn't very YA.
no.
They give vulgar gestures all the time.
Oh shit!
Well,
I forgot about that.
SJM is not very YA. I think it got moved
It
in
did
the
get
library.
moved. It is moved.
Thank God. Finally.
I think Throne of Glass is probably still YA though.
Glasses YA, yeah.
Until the later like episodes, the later books, it's pretty YA.
Yeah.
Until probably Empire of Storms.
Yeah,
I
it's
would
a little
say-
violent, but like
Yeah, violent.
other than that,
I don't really count violence in books as like not being YA. I don't really know why.
It's because
It's just an issue that I have.
every YA fantasy book has violence in it.
Yeah.
that's
It's
just
like
that's the genre.
Violence.
violence. I feel like it's more Akatar and Crescent City that are not YA at all.
Every time I say
Well, Crescent
violence,
City
I
was
think
never
of
meant to be.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Crescent City is
Every
with
time I
their
say violence, I think of the fact
foot
that
fetishes.
what's her face, Rebecca Yarros gave Violet the nickname of Violence.
Stupid.
It's so dumb.
Stupid.
And then all of the
Boo.
I'm so sorry if you're a millennial. I don't really mean you, but it's like I mean the select few really weird ones on TikTok that are like make the sweatshirts that say like violent little thing, and it's like do you wear that in public? If you wear it in your house, that's fine. Wear it in the mirror, take some pictures, look cute, make your TikToks. You wear that in public?
Embarrassing.
Not me having an engraved dagger that says "cruel, beautiful thing."
That's a dagger though.
Yeah.
It is a dagger.
And that's like a
You don't
quote.
yeah.
It is a quote.
Like, but like he calls her violence in public when they're talking to people.
Yeah.
Like
That's
if
icky.
the pet name would be cute, like if they were just like, you know, if it was when they were only them, if he used it sparingly, but it's literally he'll be like, I can't get you out of my head, Violence, and their entire friend group is right there.
I think the character assassination of Xaden Riorson needs to be studied.
It does.
I'm
Studied
gonna-
terribly.
Special episode, my video essay that I'm gonna make analyzing how badly she fucked up his character.
We haven't finished Iron Flame yet, and I have heard that she like flushes him down the toilet, like character wise. I've heard that man is destroyed character wise.
No.
R.I.P. to girlies who prematurely got a tattoo.
Oh yeah, those poor fourth wing tattoo bearers.
And I would still hit, man. Even with his character assassination.
He's a fucking dork.
He's such a fucking dork, because you have not read the series, so I'm not doing super spoilers, but he goes from cool, mean, scary man who is like, oh my god, he hates me, I love it, to why are you walking around alone at night? You shouldn't do that. You're a woman, kind of thing.
So he just becomes protective.
Yes.
Like every other male character.
But
no,
to a
in a
fault.
way where it's like he becomes almost like pathetic.
Like,
Like,
he used to be
genuinely
sassy as
pathetic.
fuck. He was a sassy
They
fucking
took away
man.
his sass. They took away his attitude. They took away everything that made him interesting.
Mr. walks back onto campus and goes, oh, sorry. Did I miss something? Were you talking about me? After he gets, like, sent away to go do something, and they think that he's, like, I don't know, dead or something. I don't remember. But he walks back onto campus and goes, am I missing something? Just walks
Is
into
he
his little girl
British?
group. No.
He said,
Oh.
"Am
I just don't remember the
missing
exact
something?
quote.
Violence.
Violence!
Violence.
Violets!
You shouldn't be out here alone. Violence.
He literally, like, she'll go do something, and he's like, you shouldn't be doing that. He's like, I can't allow you to fall into those people's hands. And she's like, I can fall into whoever's hands I want to. And he's like, no, you can't.
So he's just every man.
Yeah, but, like,
much.
pathetic.
It's actually kind of realistic because every man does get worse the longer you know him.
But he was so hot when he was mean, which is probably a red flag. But
She's like,
Probably.
I might need therapy,
but you'll read it and you'll understand.
you'll get it. You'll get it.
Because
It's
not only was he like mean, he was sassy as fuck. And game recognizes game, and that's all I have to say about that. If you're sassy, Slay King, Sassy Man
Yes.
Apocalypse. It's led by Zuko and Zayden.
yes, I don't
Carswell Thorne. Slander.
He's up there, but
I don't know how.
you don't really
it
got the
could get
bratty.
worse.
That was really bratty.
How could it get worse? That was
Really bratty. Anyway,
Love Abby Lee Miller. Just kidding.
I also have on here to like talk about because I was like, oh, clips for TikTok. The other books that are popular on TikTok, like The Cruel Prince, which Shannon.
I read the first Cruel Prince book, and so sorry to the Cruel Prince fans out there because I know there's a lot of you, and I've never seen anyone say anything bad about Cruel Prince, so I'm scared to say this. I hated the writing style.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hard agree.
And also, like, it's not that bad if you go into it for what it is, which is, like, a political story. It's not, like, a romance.
Well,
It's not an enemy.
Were there politics?
see, that's the thing. The
Yes.
politics, they're there. They're just not as nuanced as I would like because I don't think
Yeah.
you can do it in that writing style. It's so unserious.
I will say, though, Holly Black has the only actual enemies to lovers I think I have ever read.
True.
Because they hate each other, and they love each other, but they still fucking hate that they love each other.
Read The Poppy War.
I will.
You want some real politics?
No, I'm
Please.
scared. I have enough of that in real life.
Oh,
Here's
God.
my thing about Cruel Prince, right? I think it is a fantastic book for young readers. I think it is a great introduction to getting into books with more like intense political plots. And if you're interested in like the enemies to lovers arc, I think it's fantastic for younger readers.
Yeah.
However, like maybe like your first few introductions to fantasy. However, when I saw it being like said online, everybody like loved it and talked about it who was my age and like people older than me. So I really went into this thinking that it was going to be sophisticated, well written, or at the very least like equivalent to like a SJM, Lee Bardugo even.
Yeah.
Very
like-
low bar. Not Lee Bardugo, but
Lee Bardugo's not a low bar. I think Lee Bardugo is a fantastic
Oh
example.
my God, her first her most recent two books I hear are fabulous.
I own
Ninth
them. I have
House?
to get into it.
Well, Ninth House and Hellbent.
I
Because
am partway through Hellbent. Love the Ninth House series. Oh my god. I have an entire list of quotes on my phone just from that book alone. Fantastic.
What are we
I love
talking
Lee
about?
Bardugo.
Oh, yeah. But, no, it is, like,
Powerful.
it's definitely, it's a YA book.
Yeah.
It's a YA book. And that's the same thing that happens with a lot of, like, Sarah J. Maas. I feel like it's a lot of, like, older women who talk about it. And even though it is much more sophisticated than, like, a Cruel Prince, it's not, like, it's still in, like, the 20 to, like, I feel like 17, 18, 19, 20. Like, that's where, like,
yeah.
that's the range.
I read it too late in life, I think.
Like, that's the range of, like, where it's like, oh, this is like God speaking to me. And then after that, it's
Yeah.
like, okay.
It's fun.
It's fun. It's good. It's great. It's super entertaining. Super, like, emotional. But it's not like...
It'll never be like V.E. Schwab. Or
It'll
like
never be V.E. Schwab or Leigh
Bardugo's,
Bardugo.
Like, even her YA books are better than SJM's adult books. But like her more adult book, like it'll never be comparable to other adult authors, in my opinion, because it always has that lens of YA that like not the like lens of like necessarily like simplifying or like making plots easier to comprehend or making them like more direct, but it has the lens of immaturity
Yeah.
that you can never get past, unfortunately. But
Pink sparkly
there's
Converse.
Running around in her pink Nikes and her...
Yeah.
saving the world. And Rune running around in skinny jeans.
her unicorn in her sex toy drawer.
Like,
Wait,
what?
I missed that part.
Shannon!
I only read the first book.
But
No, what?
that's in the first book.
It is?
Yes.
Crescent. I'm talking about Crescent City. Homegirl, you read the whole series.
I'm talking about Cruel Prince.
Oh.
Oh,
I was like, since when did Jude have a sex toy drawer? What? Were we just talking about how this book is for 14-year-olds?
No, but it is like, that's like 14, 15, 16, 17, maybe 18. But, like, after that, it's a little bit juvenile, I would say. It's still a good read, but not what everyone on TikTok hypes it up to be.
right.
And that's the ish.
I think it's overhyped, and I think people don't talk about the fact that it is generally made and geared towards a younger audience, and I don't think that was very well, like, came across. And, like, younger, like, I read it in, like, high school. I read it, like, junior or senior year of high school.
We read it during COVID, because I blew through those books.
I blew through them. I will give her that. I read those books like the air I needed to breathe.
I read them in 3 days, one for each book.
Right.
Maybe I need to reread because the first book took me so long.
When you come on the podcast,
we'll do
we
a
can
Cruel
do
Prince
Cruel Prince.
series, and you can hear me say more awful things about authors you love.
You can hear us talk more shit.
But yeah, I'll give it another try eventually, I'm sure.
You need to read Marissa Meyer. Get her
Oh
on
my
Marissa
god,
Meyer.
I want to read Renegades on this like podcast so badly. I think what I'm gonna do for all of you listeners who know me, I think me and Alana are gonna finish Iron Flame, and I think we'll do a Fourth Wing episode, just like going into all of it, an Iron Flame episode, and then we'll read Onyx Storm with the podcast, and then we'll see what happens after that. If you have anything else you want us to read, let me know, but I want to read Renegades on here really badly. I love superheroes. I love them since I was little. I've never read another superhero book, like, quite as good as that one. I've never even found one.
I haven't
I've
either.
tried
I
a
looked.
couple. Nothing does it the way Marissa Meyer did. Marissa Meyer? I don't know.
I think it's Meyer. Whatever her name is. I
think-
love that woman.
I think I own the entire Lunar Chronicles series and also the Renegade series.
Lunar Chronicles is also fantastic. It's a little bit
love it.
less sophisticated than Renegades, which Renegades is not very sophisticated, but it was just her first series. Lunar Chronicles, so it gets better, like, writing style wise and like intricacy wise towards the end.
Because my sister loves
It's
Marissa
so good.
Meyer.
It's
And
so
I think
good.
I own like all of the books, so I could pick up Renegades.
They're definitely YA, but it is such a good read, and the characters are
Fantastic. They're so good.
Every single character. I've never hated a single Marissa Meyer character.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
Is that saying something?
I don't think I hate any of them.
They're also nuanced. Like, I like the fact that, like, even when they do messed up things, like, they're not bad people. And, like, you can look at them. Like, I don't know.
Oh, I love that.
I
Like,
love a
even
good character workbook.
Her, like,
love books
Renegades, the whole thing is that she's a supervillain. She's a bad person.
Yes. Oh my God.
She is
that's
working-
my favorite kind of book.
She's literally working to take down these people, but the government in charge is also kind of corrupt, even though they're
Yeah.
trying to do good things. It's so nuanced for a YA
Give
book.
me more more mentally deranged female main characters. And I don't mean like in a cute, quirky girl boss way. I mean like genuinely, I
Fucked.
want to question if I'm reading it from the antagonist's perspective. Like, I want them to be fucked in the head. Please. Give me more of that. Poppy War, I guess Renegades.
It's not. It's
No.
YA, so it's
YA,
less.
it's toned down, but still, more of that, please. Want to see more of that in the book world in 2025.
In 2025, give us fucked up
Authors,
females.
take notes.
Give us fucked up women. I need to see more representation.
I saw a author like doing like a little self promo for one of her books about the main character had OCD and was in, and her main fear and like her main like hyperfixation, or not hyperfixation, obsession was people like losing her loved ones, and she ends up in like an apocalyptic scenario and they're trying to like get to like a safe haven, and that sounded so interesting to me. Just give us more like rep.
Yeah, in general.
Give me more ADHD than just Rick Riordan, because I love
Good
him.
job.
He kind of skips over it a little bit. And you know what? I would love to see someone a little bit fucked in the head the way I am sometimes. Guys, I was so productive today. Like, I did productive things, and this is the first time in like 3 weeks I have done anything useful. Yeah!
Clap if you're proud.
Have you seen the
My Wendy
anti-planner
Williams
on
moment.
TikTok?
I can't use planners.
No, but it's made by somebody who has ADHD for people with ADHD, and like it's like I looked at some of the pages. It's like roll a dice and see like what activity. Like it's supposed to be like methods to get over that like procrastination and like what's the name of the thing when you get like stuck in
Paralysis?
Yes.
ADHD
It's meant
paralysis,
to get
yeah.
through that, and it's created by somebody with ADHD. Entirely. You should look into it.
I should, because I get that paralysis real fucking bad.
Shout out to
Anyway.
that creator. I love
Yeah.
your content.
Also, I don't know, I feel like we don't have a lot. Oh, the only other thing I have written on here that I think we should talk about is Asriel in general, because
I wrote that on there.
yeah, why did we write Asriel in general?
Because I'm sick of people fucking arguing over who they think Asriel should be with. I'm sick of it. I don't care who he's with. What's the girl's name? Gwen?
Gwen and Elaine.
Gwen and Elaine. Because it's so 50-50 and people are jumping down each other's throats on the internet over it. I have seen so much discourse. Like, there are more productive things, I think, to be talking about these books in general. But, like, I feel like neither of the pairings has more chemistry than the other. Do I think it's stupid circling back to the three brothers, three sisters thing? I
don't think
do
we talked
think
about
that
on here.
Oh, that was pre-podcast. That was hidden.
The Three
Patreon
Brothers, Three
content.
Sisters thing is stupid. It sounds like she wrote it in middle school. Granted, she probably did write it in middle school, but she has had a chance to grow, so she better not continue it.
Exactly.
Anyway.
That's the one reason why I would be against Elaine. However, like, it's not like you're gonna like fight with someone over it because neither of them has more chemistry than the other. I personally don't think either of the couples has great chemistry.
I just
Facts.
want Lucian to be happy, and I don't think he can be with another Ginger, so he gets Elaine.
Ginger.
Sorry.
Crest.
Lucian's got his misfit island.
Yeah, and I think that's also stupid.
With Jurian.
I think it would be
I
good.
need more content from them.
I think they just got pushed to the side, and that's why I think it's
Sure, yeah.
stupid.
I love them.
I think they got Crescent Cityified, where there's just so many side characters that I just don't know what's happening.
I thought Jurian was like a 70-year-old
I
man.
also thought Jurian was a 70-year-old man.
Love
Just read it.
Jurian. He is one of my favorite SJM characters. That's a hot take. He is one of my favorite SJM characters. I love that man.
My Tarquin and Sartak is like her Jurian, I feel.
And Lorcan
I'm sure
and
the
Dorian.
three
is up there.
Jurian
I love
fans are
Dorian.
thrilled
Alana
right
doesn't
now.
like Dorian.
Does she like woman Dorian?
Alana, I've got beef with you.
I'll ask her if she
you're
wants.
watching this,
If she likes woman
Alana.
Dorian, I'll ask her that.
if you're watching the pod,
Alana,
tuned in.
What the fuck?
She has
what
four.
is wrong with you?
But she loves Rune Dannon, which I thought was so random.
Ruined
I thought that was so
Rune
random.
Dannon is the Walmart version of Dorian Havillard. First of all. Second of all, Dorian is one of the best characters. Third of all, if you do not like Dorian Havillard,
Do you like him as a woman, as Shannon asked?
Havillard?
Havillard.
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 Halivard.
Halivard?
Havilard.
Havillard.
Oh my god.
I've seen it pronounced a million different ways.
I got problems with the way that SJM names her characters.
How? Do you?
But I hate naming characters, if I'm being honest.
I love it.
You should name characters for me for my creative writing classes because I remember like I literally asked Shannon, I called her and I went, "Hey, what should I name my character for my short story?" And she goes, "I'm working on a Vera Wang wedding dress." And I went,
Oh,
"Okay, her name's Vera."
No, I said literally just name them after wedding dresses. They're perfect fantasy names. I just started throwing wedding dress names at her. Dorian Havillard.
A Villiard, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were
Villiard.
gonna play it.
Havillard. Oh, I just said it. Sorry. I used my phonics. My phonics skills.
Phonics.
No, but I still
Yeah.
won't believe you. Was I right or was I wrong?
God.
I need
You
confirmation.
don't believe me?
No.
Hold on. Why is it on incognito?
Yeah.
Nobody can know that I don't know how to pronounce.
But I also
Can't be a fake fan.
I love Dorian. He's up there in my top SJM
I love him.
dudes.
Oh my god, I love
He's up
him.
there with Sartak and Tarquin and Dorian.
So much.
Mhm.
I forgot about the whole Sriracha arc. Sorshana.
Sorsha.
Sarisha? I don't know.
Sriracha.
Character name pronunciation from Throne of Glass. Make sure to stay tuned if you want to learn more character names.
Fuck.
Dorian. Javierd.
That's not right. Javier?
Makes sense. There's two. It's double L's. Happyard.
Oh, I thought
He's not Hispanic. That is a white man.
Maybe he is.
My Hispanic name.
Sarah, what do you think?
Caviar.
Happyard. That makes sense.
Like caviar?
Yes. Yes.
Sarah
No,
J.
Happyard.
Moss, please weigh in on this situation.
Happyard does not have two L's in it.
I know.
It could. Wait.
It does not. I promise you it does not.
Happyard. Happyard. I like that.
Havillard.
Happyard.
Havillard like a lard donut.
There we go. Perfect. Is that a thing?
Yes. Well,
got
in
it.
the Simpsons universe? Let's not get into this.
Okay. Well, anyway, Dorian, I love him. I think he's better than any of the main character ones. He's up there.
I hate Rowan.
I like Rowan.
I hate Hunt.
I don't hate Hunt, but he's definitely my least favorite.
I don't mind Hunt, but occasionally he pisses me off just a bit. He irks me.
Rowan,
Just a little.
Rowan post Air of Fire is my favorite. I am mid with Resand pre Silver Flames, and Hunt I'm just confused about.
That about encapsulates it. I'm also very confused.
He doesn't really do anything, and neither does
No.
Bryce. And I just I don't really know what they do. I don't know what that book's about.
It's weird to me because whenever I think about him wearing that stupid hat, and it's supposed to be like a fantasy book. And I know it's like a modern fantasy book, but he's always just in the baseball hat in my head.
Yeah.
Like he never takes off, even like when they're fighting like the big war, and he's supposed to be like taken all serious and stuff. He's like the general of the
Of the
of
stuff.
the angels, and then it's like you're wearing a fucking baseball hat. You weirdo. The
You
baseball
psycho.
hat stays on
During sex. And
During-
Bryce would probably like that.
during your foot fetish scenes. Do you remember that?
No.
Yes.
There was a foot fetish scene in Crescent City that I completely skimmed over the first time I read it, and then I think you pointed it out to me. You were like, "Remember the foot fetish scene?" I was like, "The what?"
I don't really remember.
Was
I
it
can't
in the
give you
first
details.
one?
It was in the first one.
Yeah.
Does he massage her feet or something like
No,
that?
it was like weird. Let me look it
Come
up.
on, Sarah.
I
You
mean,
make it really
whatever.
hard for me to like you.
We're trying to defend you here.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
not really, but we're kind of tearing her apart.
Sorry.
But I love her.
I
I have a tattoo.
me too.
No, but Rowan pisses me off just because the way they met and he goes
Post Air of Fire.
he does a 180 because he sees she has scars. That's real. You were a shitty human being and then you go, wow, maybe she's been through something. Let me change. Nobody does that. That's not real. I don't like that. And then my beef with Hunt is he just doesn't have a personality. None. Zilch. Zero. His personality is baseball cap. And then Reese was ruined in the last book.
I just reading
He was
it
fine
over.
before that, but
Reading it over, it's just all the choices make me bleh about him. I'm like, because the choices thing where he's like, you can do this, or you can go live in poverty.
Can I do a dramatic reading of the foot fetish
Absolutely.
paragraph? It's kind of like cut off here. Wait. Okay. Ew. Oh, I hate the way this is worded. Wait, maybe I don't want to read this all out.
please do it.
But I don't think she has it, Bryce mused. Ew. Toying with her toes. They were painted a deep ruby. Ridiculous, he told himself, not the alternative. The time that had him imagining tasting each and every one of those toes before slowly working his way up those sleek bare legs of hers. Ew!
That is crazy.
Ew. Sarah, we need to have words.
Toes?
Toes.
Oh, okay.
Holding
Well,
hands?
why?
Wait.
This is so intimate. Hold on. At least we're not holding toes.
Okay. Anyway,
I have no comment on the foot fetish scene. Sarah, I think you just need to dial it back just a bit.
I genuinely think that she might have like a quota of words that she has to hit for these recent books, because that is the only way I can see her writing this much nonsense.
Yeah.
Because the
Really,
scenes
truly
that
is
hit,
nonsense.
hit.
Yeah.
They're very good. The nonsense is nonsense.
So much exposition, so much filler, so much
unnecessary. There was like 3 or 4 pages, either in the first book or this most recent one, of just like, here's the history of Crescent City.
Oh, the info dumps in the last one, there were 3 of them that I counted. Like,
Oh yeah, the Star Bitch.
they just
Oh,
and it lasted
yeah.
chapters.
Chapters! And that was in the cave scene.
Because like
I skipped most of that.
I get that people want history and stuff, and I get that people like that.
You can do it in a fun, cool, quirky way, and not.
Also, I don't need to know that much.
Yeah.
Like, I
there's
can
such
know-
a thing as too much.
You can
information.
You can intertwine information. You might have to scale it back a little bit, but like, oh my god, what was the lady's name? The witch lady who gave her life for Bryce.
Jezebel.
Jezebel. Jezebel. The whole thing with like the library and whatever, that could have been mixed in with whatever the fuck was happening.
What was that?
It was random, and it was just an extra piece of information and like world building that was great, but there was too much of it, so it just really like
Yeah.
it got fucked up all in there.
You know who I miss, and I cannot remember her name?
No, she can't remember her name.
Fuck. I'm trying. It's like right on the tip of my tongue. It's
From what book?
Crescent City. Lahaba.
Lahaba.
Leheba?
Lahaba.
Leheba.
Lahaba.
Everyone pronounces it Lahaba on
Really?
TikTok. That's from what I've seen. Yeah.
I'm really bad at
Struggling.
names.
Me too. Struggling with the pronunciation.
They all
But
just
I miss
kinda
her. I miss her.
She was
She's my
cute.
favorite.
She's a little baby.
Didn't she make a comeback?
No.
No, she died in fire.
No.
Oh, she made.
But she was on
back.
Danica's little shoulder.
Yeah, dead.
Well, her sister. Oh yeah, she was. Oh my god, she was. I cried.
I also
Didn't
cried.
she also like help out the fire sprites, or am I crazy?
No, she was dead.
Oh,
She's dead as fuck.
okay.
Yeah.
She's dead.
Well,
Dead
at least
as
they
hell.
killed one character. 2, if you count
Just
Ethan's brother. 3, if you count Danica. But Danica was kind of just a main character.
4 if you count that random wraith that she put in a box and then dropped in the middle of the ocean and then forgot about.
Well, it's not dead.
Jezebel.
No,
It's still down
The
there.
wraith. I think her name was like Olivia or something random like that. And they put her in a box and they dropped her in the Mariana Trench. And no one went to find her. They were in an underwater submarine and they didn't try and find her.
What are
It
the
drove
odds
me
that...
insane.
They were busy fucking in the underwater submarine.
Well, Lydia was with her kids.
No, Hunt and Bryce.
Oh, I'm
Do you
sorry.
remember that scene where they teleported?
Yes, they did.
And she couldn't have teleported Olivia or whatever the fuck her name was into the fucking submarine. They left her at the bottom of the trench for eternity.
It's an SJM book, so her powers only work when she's actively having sex.
It's giving the magicians.
Oh no.
Lev Grossman.
I never read The Magicians.
I got about halfway through that series, but the show had an entire scene about sex magic.
Oh, I didn't need to know that.
But you know what? It was well placed. I actually do like that series.
It was well placed.
The TV
Well
adaptation
done,
was
guys.
terrible, but
Very realistic depiction of sex magic.
no, I just like the character. I almost name drops. Thank God I didn't.
You should have.
No, we already name dropped once.
Be messy.
No.
Oh, God.
Messy on the pod.
Oh, okay. I feel like this should be our last topic, and then we should go get a sweet treat, because I want a sweet treat. ACOTAR balls with actors. Book balls with actors.
We've never been to one of those.
Yes, why won't someone invite me to a book ball?
We should go to one of those just for the plot.
Just for the plot.
Just for the plot.
Well, is it going to be like $100 so
Probably.
that we can pay the actor to wear a worse
Wings.
cosplay that I've seen half the cosplayers online do and walk around and take pictures?
Yes. It will probably be
Where I can't-
$300 actually.
I can't dress as like whatever character I want because they're like taken.
Yes, I think someone out there should invite us to book balls. I'll go. I'll promote your event to my 5 listeners.
Yes. We should do that just for the plot to see, just to say that.
I would honestly pay the
Just
like
to say that
$100
we've
to
gone.
do it for fun, for like
Yeah.
randomness.
I feel like that'd be cool.
I
I have
feel
enough
like-
dresses.
I might be. Bless your soul.
Bless you.
My stitches.
I'm kind of scared of like the type of people that might be there.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I think we would make it fun.
I think so. Yeah. I'd try anything once. Bless your soul.
They'd have alcohol at those events, right?
Are they 21
We will
plus?
bring it in there.
Answer in the comments. Are these book balls 21 plus? If you've been to one, leave your review.
Yeah, I
would
really
like
don't
to
want
know.
to go if it's like
It's
a bunch of
sober.
16-year-olds.
Yeah.
You're like, I need to be wasted. for this.
I would also like to be wasted for that, especially if there are actors. If there are actors, I want to be wasted.
I would never be rude to an actor in real life.
Oh, no, me neither, 'cause
why
they're getting
y'all doing
paid.
it?
They're in it for the bag, and I
Yeah,
respect that.
I respect
They were
it.
ex-theater kids once,
It's a
too.
gig.
It's a gig.
We can sympathize, fellow theater survivors.
Yeah. So I think that's our plug. I think
Did we exhaust all of our talking points?
we exhausted a lot of them.
Wow, look at us go.
Yeah. So
Everybody convince Haley to read Gods and Monsters. The part of blood and honey.
she just wants me to read the sex
Not
scene.
blood and honey. Okay,
Blood and honey.
what is the name of that? Serpent and Dove. Fantastic. The second book, terrible, but the third book redeemed it, and more. There was so many good plot lines. I know a lot of y'all hate the trope that was in it. I love that trope in this one book. I usually hate it. So,
Pregnancy?
no.
Oh.
Do you think I'd be into a pregnancy trope?
I couldn't think of any trope that everyone hates.
Well, it's a spoiler, so don't think too hard.
I won't. Don't worry.
You don't gotta worry about me.
You're not gonna worry about this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, that was the podcast.
That was our Yap
That was
Sesh.
our App Sesh, Court of Thorns and Roses. Bowl of
Um,
mac and cheese.
yeah, let me know if you want more of them content. Shannon has been tried out. This is her audition for when I move.
Good guys.
Yeah, tell us if
They're
Shannon
like,
did
she's a
good.
shit talker. Get rid of her.
Fuck her.
She's mean as fuck.
You actually lose followers.
I go from 5 to 4 listeners or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, sorry in advance if that happens.
Yeah. Let me know if you do want us to do Onyx Storm as our next book. I will finish Tress of the Emerald Sea, I promise. And yeah, good night.
Love you.
I'm gonna go get a sweet treat.
Love you, Pookie.
Mwah. Good night.